Who uses ChatGPT? I know I did. But the problem with ChatGPT when you're using it as a business owner like myself is you don't really know where your data is going. It's quite scary to think about as well. One wrong message to ChatGPT and suddenly the original recipe, chicken recipe, is now leaked across the world. How did that happen? Well, it's because we can't really trust these AI model providers as much as we thought. As at least the offline, the online aspect, anyway. Online, offline aspect. What do you mean, Hamish, exactly? Well, this is exactly what this video is about. So we're going to talk about offline AI today. Offline AI? What the hell is that? Well, we have online AI. We should know about that already because we have companies like OpenAI, right? That released a product called ChatGPT. Okay. We have companies like Anthropic that released a system called Claude. Okay. We even have companies like Perplexity, which have created their own systems. These are great. These are great tools. These are some of the best tools humans have ever been exposed to in their entire lives. Okay. And it's great, it's really good, but it's not good at keeping your data secure. If you're a business owner and you can't get enough of ChatGPT, or your staff can't, but you can't risk that data going out anywhere else, what do? You still want to use AI, but you don't want to go through this rigmarole, okay? What's the solution for you? Well, I already wrote it here on the board. The solution is offline AI, and it always will be. How does it work though? And is it very difficult to set up? Well, let's put it this way. It took me about 45 minutes to set up our version of offline AI system, which we call Loma, and it works off OpenWeb UI and Ollama mixed together. I'll explain all this stuff further in the video, but it took 45 minutes to set up for my client called Chris Parsons, and after installing it and setting it up, Chris just spent 5 minutes with the system. And he said, man, this is 10,000 times better than ChatGPT, and I haven't even explored half of it yet. His words, not mine, okay? So, why would I use offline AI instead of this? Do I really need to reinvent the wheel? What if I told you that the wheel has already been reinvented and we just need to put it on our car? Okay? So what do I mean by this? Well, we have solutions like ChatGPT and Claude, like I said, but what about in the offline AI world? Well, we have things like Ollama, okay? What is Ollama? You've probably heard of Meta or Facebook, right? They released some AI models called Llama, okay? And what Llama is essentially an offline AI model, could work completely on your computer with no issues, no restrictions, no limitations whatsoever. And did I mention it's free? Right, so Ollama is what you use to actually interact with these offline AI systems, okay? Now, for Ollama, it just runs in a terminal, or like, your command prompt. It runs via shell commands is what we call it, right? To make this more user-friendly for the average Joe Blow, what we do is we put Ollama inside a system called OpenWeb UI. What is OpenWeb UI? Well, basically it's just a wrapper, or it's a presentational wrapper to allow you to interact with these offline AI models exactly like you would with ChatGPT. So you can choose the models, you can build your tools, create custom GPTs, whatever you want to do, just like you can with ChatGPT. You're going to be doing it completely offline. I mean, that's probably the coolest thing that you'll learn on this channel going forward. I'm going to be releasing a lot of content this year, but this by far is probably the most beneficial video that is going to be released this year, and we haven't even begun yet. Okay, so Ollama and OpenWeb UI can take your productivity to the extent where you wanted it to go with ChatGPT, but this will allow you to get there. How does this all actually work fundamentally? So we need to understand how online AI works in order to understand how offline AI works, okay? So we go online, okay? Now let's imagine this is a cloud, okay? So this is a cloud where the AI is, okay? And this cloud is not controlled by us, it's controlled by, let's say, OpenAI in this case, right? So we send a message, okay? Okay? It goes to the cloud by AI, okay? Send a message, goes by AI in the cloud, and then it goes to the response, right? Cool. That's how online works. Cool. So with offline AI, it's a little bit different because you have a couple of things that are not even required, like the cloud, okay? So you have Ollama, right? So what happens is you send a message, right? That goes not to a cloud, but it goes to your computer. Okay? Goes to your computer and it comes back out as a response. What? I can use my computer to run AI models. Yes, absolutely you can. And now that you've seen this, you're probably asking yourself, why have I not done this yet? Well, there's a very good reason for that. It's because you didn't know, right? People aren't talking about this actively, in the business world at least. Everyone's talking about AI. Everyone's talking about the use cases and how things can work and all that kind of stuff. And we've got tons and tons of videos on my channel in regards to this, like what kind of use cases we have in AI and all that kind of stuff. And every single use case comes down to the fact that it's great, it can really work, but what about my data, right? And because with offline, your message is going to your computer and nowhere else, faster responses, extremely secure. Literally extremely secure. How do I know this? Because when you access ChatGPT, you have to use, well, not even ChatGPT, when you use online AI models, you need to use what's called an API key. An API key is essentially a set of car keys that allows you to access that particular vehicle for AI, right? So in this case, OpenAI would have their own API keys. Claude, Anthropic would have their own API keys, right? And that's how we interact with this stuff, so we know, and the system knows, that it's Hamish that's sending the message and not John, right? In this case, because we don't need any of this, we can completely, gone. Don't need it. Why? Because everything's happening on the computer, that's what I'm saying. So, with offline AI, you can literally download any model you want and just have a conversation with it. Just go crazy, right? And with this system, OpenWebUI, you can make it into your own ChatGPT that's completely customized on your branding, right? Your logos, everything, right? Out of the box, ready to go. And if it's not available out of the box, you can build it out using custom Python functions. It's literally just Python code that is written as functions in a particular format, so that we can actually create anything we want. We can customize the user interface to make it, more friendly and more catered to our brand. We can make the responses more seamless through function calling, right? We can clean stuff up, right? We can do some incredible things that, we really wanted to do with Chat GPT, but we can't, because we can't take the risk. And I know this is a bit biased because, last year I was talking a lot about how we can use, AI models to actually, succeed in business, right? With the multiple use cases that we have. But every single use case that I mentioned in my previous videos and going forward, you can use with the system completely offline, including the phone agents. How amazing is that? So our phone agents now, our AI-powered phone agents, are now powered by offline AI, right? Which is incredible. So, really, really intricate, privatized conversations, right? If you're a healthcare practitioner, if you're in allied healthcare, if you're in the education space, if you're a high-level consultant that deals with really sensitive information and data, you can now use these solutions. You can use these solutions without any risk. You don't have to be scared anymore. This will allow you to do what you need to do without being scared of where your data is going, because it's not going anywhere except here. It's literally as simple as that. I cannot simplify this further for you guys, okay? Literally, message gets sent. It gets sent to your computer, your PC, your MacBook, your laptop, your Raspberry Pi, whatever you may have lying around. And that's how it sends the response, right? Another example, okay? We're actually here in a beautiful Split Spaces, right? And Split Spaces is a co-working organization in Mackay Regional, Queensland. And what we've done for Split Spaces is we've created an entire privatized AI system that not just handles the administration tasks and keeps the team on track and, you know, with all the projects going on, whatever. It also runs the AI phone agents, which is customer facing, right? But sometimes, you know, there's a few calls or there's a few scenarios where there'll be some private information that gets passed on and that kind of thing. We don't want this data going anywhere else besides the computer. Why? Because it's sensitive, right? Like, we don't want to get our data stolen or exploited, right? But then I can't use ChatGPT, can I? No, you can't. But I can use this, right? Yes. Yes, you can. You can use offline AI mixed with Ollama and OpenWeb UI, and you can make your business great again. It's really as simple as that. So our phone agents are now powered by offline AI. Our chat systems are powered by offline AI. Our automation workflows are powered by offline AI. I'm creating content on social media using offline AI. It's not costing me a damn thing, and all it's getting me in return is consistent leads for my business. Do you want the same? Well, maybe you need to reach out to us. If you appreciate this video, a like, share, and a sub would be nice. But other than that, this is it. This is literally the blueprint that you need to get up and running, right? Download Ollama, download OpenWeb UI. Start with this model here. Start with Llama 3.23 billion. Okay? Start with that. Once you go to Ollama's website, you'll see exactly what I mean. Okay? But check that out and download Llama 3.23 billion on Ollama and give it a go. Because I can guarantee you, you will appreciate this video more after you've actually played around with offline AI. And another question I get asked a lot is, well, this is all great, you know, well and good, but are these models actually good? It's another question that I get asked. The answer is, it depends, right? It depends on what you're doing. If you're just using ChatGPT for, like, you know, very basic mundane tasks like emails, administration, or like data analysis, all that kind of stuff, of course, offline AI models are going to work absolutely fine for you. 3 billion parameter models can run on a MacBook, right? Can run on a Raspberry Pi, right? Which is a computer the size of your hand, okay? So yes, it can do all of that. However, if you need to do complex tasks, like, you know, very heavy data analysis or reading, you know, 5,000 documents, whatever, you can still use offline AI to do it. But depending on your computing power, you might run into a few issues, right? How do you mitigate this? Well, let me show you now how offline AI can be delivered, okay? So we just talked about offline AI can be delivered through your computer locally, but that's under the proviso that you already have a pretty powerful, pretty decent computer, right? That can do things. What if you don't? What if you don't have any of those things? And you have nothing but just one laptop and you still want to do offline AI stuff completely private in the cloud? What you can do is you can do a few things. So we just talked about local. Okay, so that was local installation, right? It goes from your PC, right? PC and then response, right? Now, this is great if you have a powerful enough computer already. If you don't, then you can leverage what's called cloud. Now, I know this is going to be a little bit confusing because we spoke about cloud at the beginning of this video, but that was a cloud that's not managed by us, okay? That's a cloud that's managed by the other AI providers in the world, right? Like OpenAI, Anthropic and stuff. This, though, I'm talking about a cloud that you manage yourself, self-managed, okay? All right? Fully self-managed, in your control, your expense and dispense, right? So yes, this does come at a cost, okay? While the cloud stuff does cost, it's usually around maybe $1.50 per hour, okay? $1.50 US, I should say. $1.50 USD per hour to run a cloud server that can host or house all of your AI models, no matter how powerful they are. So you can have a cloud system that costs you roughly about $1.50 USD now, depending on how powerful you want it, whatever. To run the equivalent power of ChatGPT models, you could run using a cloud system, right? Something like GPT-4 Mini, you could achieve that through a local setup. But if you want something more powerful, then you can go for a cloud managed solution, which would cost you about $1.50 USD per hour of use. Now the other solution as well, and this is of course just purely for my business, we give you guys the option to manage everything for you. So what that means is that we handle the hosting, right? We handle the models, we handle the tools, we handle the functionalities, we handle everything for you. In 14 to 30 days, depending on how complex your build is, you will be able to have a full setup, customized, personal, private business GPT designed just for your company. If that sounds something like that could be interesting to you, or you might want to explore that further, why don't you check out atechds.com, and you can actually find out some more information and perhaps make a booking, an initial consultation with one of our AI solution advisors, and we'll be able to guide you through the process. So again, that's at atechds.com, and yeah, reach out. We're really looking forward to actually working with some really cool businesses this year who are really forward thinking, and they know exactly what they want, and that's the kind of businesses we want to work with. If you're a business in the allied healthcare, education, consulting, small business space, we want to hear from you, and we want to know what's actually holding you back from setting this up, right? And if you're using ChatGPT, how are you finding it? What kind of problems are you running into? What kind of limitations have you found with ChatGPT that maybe this offline AI solution could mitigate for you, right? Yeah, so if there's anything like that you want to discuss, feel free to reach out at atechds.com. Definitely leave a like, share, and a sub. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Thanks so much.